Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sri Dian Ramadhani. My roll number is 29 with name 23040-750-2029. The lecture of the ESV4 primary teacher chose Miss Ivani Handayani LSS MPD. In this video, I will discuss the materials title. The first, characteristic of young learner. The second, characteristic of young learner teacher. The third, the roles of young learner. Okay, I go straight to the first material. Characteristic of young learner. Karakteristik pelajar muda. Definition of character and characteristic. Character is a relatively stable personal trait in an individual that is the basis for the appearance of behavior in high standards of values and norms. Main word characteristics are taken from English, namely characteristic, which mean that the contain distinctive properties. It refers the distinctive properties of something. Characteristic of elementary school. Karakteristik anak usia sekolah dasar. At children, the elementary school age period is also called the intellectual period of the period of harmony in attending school at the age of 6-7 years. When children are considered mature to enter school. The elementary school age period is divided into two, namely the period of love class and B, the period of high grades. That's the characteristic of the lower class 6-7 years. 1. There is high positive correlation between physical condition and performance. 2. Attitude of submission to the rules of the traditional game. 3. There is a tendency to praise yourself. 4. Comparing yourself with other children. 5. If you cannot solve a problem, then the problem is considered unimportant. 6. At this time, especially at the age of 68 years, children want to report scores, whether remembering whether their achievements ended a problem it's given a good reading or no. Next, characteristic of the time of the high class 19 years. 1. Interest in correction partial daily life. 2. Very elastic skills and eager to learn. 3. Towards the end of this period, there has been an interest in special things or subjects. Special talents begin to stand out. 4. Until the age of 18, the child needs a teacher or other adults to complete the text and fulfill his wishes. After this age, children generally push their text freely and strive to complete them. 5. At this time, children view grades, reports, card numbers as an accurate measure of their school achievements. 6. Likes to form peer groups to play together. In that game, they are no longer bound by the traditional rules of the game, which already excites. They make their own rules. As speech of child development shows different characteristics. Similarly, elementary school children have their own characteristics. According to Samantha Financially, the characteristics of children at elementary school are 1. Happy to play. Is senang bermain. In general, elementary school children, especially in the lower grades, love to play. These characteristics requires elementary school teachers to carry out educational activities that are led with games, especially for all grades. Elementary school teachers design a learning model that allow for an elementary offline in teacher. So, develop a serious but training station model. 2. Senang bermain, happy to move. The second characteristic is that it like to move, adults can sit. First was elementary school children can sit quality for about 2,000 minutes at most. Therefore, teachers should design a learning model that allows children to move, telling children to sit weekly for a long period of time is very by children instructor. Next, 2. Third, their association with peer groups. Senang bermain di dalam kelompok. Children can learn important aspects in the socialization process, such learning to meet group roles, loyal friends, learning behavior that is acceptable to their environment, learning to assign responsibility, learning to accomplish healthy with their friends, learning how to work in a group, learning just democracy to groups. These characteristics carries the implication that teachers must design a learning model that allows children to work or learning in groups. Teachers can ask students to form smart groups with 3 or 4 members to study or complete tasks in groups. Next, in 3. Based on the theory of development. Senang merasakan atau melakukan sesuatu secara langsung. Psychology related to cognitive development. Elementary school children enter the stage of contact circling from what is learned at school. Children learn to connect their concepts with all concepts during the period. Children learn to from concept about spatial number, time, body, function, roles, gender, and morals. Learning in elementary school quickly understood by children. 5 children are actually involved in doing or practicing what the teacher teaches. Next, physical, social, and emotional development of elementary school. Elementary school students. Is perkembangan fisik, sosial, dan emosional siswa sekolah dasar. 1. Physical motor development. Perkembangan fisik motorik. Along with their mature physical growth, children motor development can be well coordinated. The elementary school, age 7-11 years old. This characteristic the agile motor movements or activities. Therefore, this age is an ideal time to learn skill related to motor, but fine and course which can be explained as follows. Fine motor includes reading, drawing, computer, TV, art, or such as making crafts from clay. Sewing, making crafts from base gross motor includes marching materials and or such as pencaksilat and karate, gymnasium, swimming, athletic, and planning social. Next, social development, perkembangan sosial. The meaning of this social development is the advancements of naturally in relationship of social interaction. It can also be interpreted as a learning process to adjust to group norms, tradition, and religious morals. In the learning process at school is naturally of social development can be assigned or interpret the given group segment, but does that require physical effort or such as cleaning classroom and schoolyards, and tasks that require the mean such as planning, printing, activities, and making study rule reports. Next, emotional development, perkembangan emosi. At school, especially in the upper grades 4, 5, and 6, children begin to realize that the expression of emotion and harsh why is not accepted or discussed by others. Therefore, he began to learn to control his emotional expression. The ability to control emotional is a characteristic emotion, and practice or habitats. Emotions are the determining factor that affects individual behavior, in this case including learning behavior. Emotional characteristics in children are different from those that occur in adults, where emotional characteristics in children occur, namely short-lived and abruptly ended, looks more intense and strong. Temper of subspecial or more frequently can be cardinal racial reflex individuals. That's all for the discussion of the first materials. Then I will answer the following two questions. Oke, itu saya pembahasan dari materi pertama. Selanjutnya saya akan menjawab dua pertanyaan berikut. The first question. As a parent or teacher, how do you apply knowledge about the characteristics of children at each phase of elementary school as developed in their interaction? Okay, here the answer. As a parent or teacher, applying knowledge about the characteristics of children at each phase of elementary school development is essential to support their growth and development optimally. Here are several ways to implement this in daily interaction. 1. Early children phase 6-7 years old. Fase anak usia dini di usia 6-7 tahun. A concrete and operation closely children at this age are very close and energy provide opportunities for expression and ask questions that simulate their curiosity. The next, a simple language. A language that is easy to understand. Children at this age are learning to grasp more complex concepts, so clear and simple explanation are very helpful. 2. Children age 8-9 years. Fase anak usia 8-9 tahun. By self-confidence, children at this age start to develop self-confidence over specific rights and possessive accomplishment when they accomplish tasks or homework. Next, teach social values. Begin teaching social values such as comparison and respecting friends. Children at this age start to understanding the importance of working in arounds. 3. Children 18-12 years. Fase anak usia 10-12 tahun. Next, academic independence. At this age, children begin to show desire for more independence, give them opportunities to make decisions within reasonable limits, such as social, extracurriculars activities or completing homework on their own. Next, more rational approaches. Children start to develop more logical and relation thinking. In this case, a more reasoning-based approach can be assigned, such as explaining the consequence of the action in a way that makes sense. Next, 4. Recording social and emotional skills. Mendorong keterampilan sosial dan emosional. Throughout this age range, it's crucial to teach social and emotional skills, help children recognize and manage their emotions, and teach them how to interact positively with others. 5. Being a role model, menjadi teladan. Children learn a lot by observation. Therefore, it's important to set an example in terms of attitude, behavior, and good communication, so respect, attention, and empathy in every interaction. By adjusting your approach to fit their development characteristics, you can create an environment that supports and children's ability in various aspects of life. Okay, the next question 2. You have explained about the physical, social, and emotional development of students in the second part. It can also be interpreted as a learning process to adapt to group norms. Morals, please give an example that illustrates the statement. For example, a student moves to a new school and learns to follow the rules and customs there. They start adapting, by adjusting their way of speaking, interaction with friends, participate in school tradition, and respecting the religious values applied in that environment. Throughout this process, the students learn to follow the established norms. One group norms. For example, new students learns how to socialize with their classmates, such as speaking, quality working together on group assessment, and following the rules in class. 2. Tradition. Example, in some schools, there is a tradition of holding a Monday morning assembly or celebrating Clothing Day by wearing traditional clothing. A new student starts participating to adapt to the school environment. 3. Religious morals. Example, if the school has religious activities, students learn to take part in communal prayers or worship. They also practice values such as honesty, helping others, and being receptive to others. Material 2. Characteristics of your learner teachers. We are your learner teacher. Your learner teacher are education to properly develop the skills and such new teaching, innovation, and traditional teachers who might focus on reduce young learner teachers, embrace change, technology, and modern teaching method. Next, rules in education. Agent of change will introduce new process to learning. Self-learners will continuously improve learners' knowledge, adapt to digital tools and modern teaching techniques. Next, the challenge question. 1. Knowledge of teaching experience. Managing diverse students' behaviors can be difficult. 2. Curriculum and technology. Curriculum and technology adapting. Frequent curriculum change requires constant learning. 3. Student diversity. Teachers must tailor their methods to diverse learning needs. 4. Administrative work. Lesson planning, grading, and meeting can be overwhelming. 5. Limited support and guidance. Some schools like mentorship programs for new teachers. And next. Question and material. Question 1. Is the role of young teachers different from senior teachers? And answer, yes. Young teachers and senior teachers have these three roles. Young teachers are more open to technology, creative thinking, strategies and culture, connection with students. Like senior teacher it provide experience and mentorship. Next, unique role of young teachers. Aside as a bridge between students and experienced teachers, innovate with modern education methods, collaborate with peers for continuous learning. Next, the question 2. How to manage time effectively between teaching and administrative tasks? My answer, prioritize tasks as the SHOA metrics to focus on urgent and important tasks, optimize lesson planning, roles, materials, and incorporate digital tools, automate tasks as online grading system, and batch administrative work, set boundaries for commitment, and schedule the focus work session, 6. Super collaborate with college and request celebrate achievements. As the self-care, maintain a work-life balance to prevent burnout. Next, material. Roles of young learners. Who are you? Who are your learners? Young learners are students age 6 to 12 divided into like 6, 9 begins in language learning, contact and learning based play. A child 9 develop more social, able to distinguish fetch from fiction and understand abstract concept. The next rules of young learners needs learning. When activities learners learn based through hands-on experience. 2. Natural imitators. Is copy teachers and peer-learning recording language skills. 3. Everyday language exercise. Applying words in real-life situation. 4. Language habit forms. Regular practice helps establish fluency. 5. Barrier breakers. Overcome language learning difficulties with motivation. 6. Collaborate with learners. Learn through social interaction. 7. Self-motivation. Correct themselves and others in their environment. Next, college engaging young learners short attention span. Is need again beginning activities. For learning abilities, teachers must gather to differentiate networks. Lack of motivation requires creative teaching methods, and differentiated levels is not students progress at the same page. Next, question of material. Question 1. How can you teach vocabulary that is not commonly used in daily life in many student interests? My answer: 1. Storytelling. As again a narrative with new vocabulary. Example: teach astronomical telescope and Gracie talk a story about a scientist. 2. Gamification. Incorporated games like curious or playing. For example, teach medieval walls with a kick them game. 3. Thematic learning. Group words into a topic each space egg life. For example, teach submarine sonar and Alice teach submarine sonar and Alice with a virtual adventure tool. 4. Hands-on learning or experience of crafts. Example, teach fermentation by making homemade bread. 5. Music and rhymes. Discuss songs to reference vocabulary. Next, question 2. What learning styles and methods are most suited to important to the challenge mentioned? My answer: 1. Activity learning. Encourage participation and discussion. 2. Scaffolding breaks learning into small steps. 3. Multi-sensor learning combines visual addition and kinesthetic methods. 4. Collaborative learning. Promotes teamwork and team interaction. 5. Gamification and sets motivation talks game. And suitable learning models. 1. Constructive model. Encourages learning through experience. 2. Bloom's taxonomy. Is moves from basic knowledge to critical thinking. 3. Flipped classroom. Students study at home and apply learning in class. And 4. Experiential learning. With real-world application. And that's the discussion of the key materials from me. Sekian dan terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.